I still have the sample product-based company open from the last video. When you turn on payroll and complete the payroll questionnaire, QuickBooks sets up most of the payroll items for you, but you can add more. To do that, select Employees from the top menu, choose Manage Payroll Items, and then select View Edit Payroll Item List. This is the list that gets populated when you turn on payroll, subscribe to a service, and complete the questionnaire. For example, you can see all of your times, such as vacation, overtime, regular pay, even mileage reimbursement. Remember, we saw all of that in the previous video in the questionnaire. To add a new payroll item, click Payroll Item from the bottom of the screen and choose New. This is going to bring up the Add New Payroll Item list. You can choose whether or not you want to use the Easy Setup dialog box or a custom setup. I'm going to choose Custom because it gives us the most options to choose from. Click the blue Next button, and the first thing I'll need to decide is what type of payroll item this is. Is it a wage, addition, deduction, a company contribution, such as employer 401k or special tax? I'm going to choose Deduction because I'm going to set up a dental payroll item type. Click the blue Next button and enter a name for your deduction. I'll call this one Dental. Click Next. Here's where you can put in the dental agency and then the account number that they give you. You also need to choose the account in which you want QuickBooks to track this. It defaults to payroll liabilities, which is fine, but you can create your own sub-account. In fact, I have a payroll liability account that I created myself before this. Remember, even in the company sample file, you can create new accounts to play around and try new things with. So directly under Employer Health Insurance Payable, which was already there, I added Dental Insurance Payable. I'm going to use that as the account. Click the blue Next button, and here's where I can choose any tax tracking types. I'm going to choose Next for now. I can also set any tax items that are affected by this. I can change these at any time. So if you're going through and you're not sure which values to fill in, you can click the Back button. For example, click back once you find out what account number you're using, or even if you hadn't settled on the agency yet, you could come back here and fill it in. You can go through all of this, save it, and come back in and edit it later. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to click Next. You can decide how it's going to calculate the value for this deduction. For example, do you want it deducted based on quantity, or could it be an amount based on hours worked? In this case, it's going to be a flat amount per paycheck, so I'll leave it as neither and click Next. Here's where we calculate whether we want it based on gross or net pay. I'll click Next one more time. And finally, we have to choose the default rate. I'm going to make it $100. I'll click the blue Finish button. Click OK on the I can set up a scheduled payment for this item. I'm going to show you how to do that when we set up our employees. But for now, I can see my new deduction. If I want to edit it at any time, I can right-click and choose Edit Payroll Item. Here's where I can get back into that questionnaire. I can click Next. And here's where I can come back and populate the agency and that identifier number once I have it. I'll click Cancel to get out of this. I can close out of everything by clicking the X on the top right-hand corner. And just to recap what we've done, we added our own items to be deducted from our employees' paychecks, and we got there by selecting Employees from the top menu, choosing Manage Payroll Items, and then choosing View Edit Payroll Item List.